Hey brother! Jay, today I am matching your wall. Jay, after seeing Finding Dory, I became obsessed with trying to figure out one of the most important characters of the entire film. Gerald. And as it turns out, there is a simple 3-word explanation for Gerald's character. Cloudcuckooolander. Gerald honestly just felt a little out of place to me. Don't get me wrong, he is hysterical, but while all of the other characters are just cartoonized versions of their living counterparts, Gerald kind of seemed like a cartoon character within the cartoon. Like, he was unrealistic even in a fictional world. Maybe it's his stunning eyebrow or vacant gaze, but he really has no purpose in the plot of the movie, so what is he doing here? You could make the argument that he is solely there for basic comic relief, and that does seem to kind of be the case. He does serve that purpose, but this is Pixar we're talking about, and I felt like there just had to be more of an explanation as to how this character came to exist. As I wondered, I started to notice that Gerald was not one of a kind. Lots of other movies were using characters similar to him. Like Footless Fran in The Good Dinosaur, this weird-looking chicken in the Moana trailers, heck, even just Becky in Finding Dory. Noticing a trend of weird-looking birds while we're at it. Which is kind of fitting because all of these characters come from the same place. Cloudcuckooland. Get it? Cuckoo, like cuckoo bird? Yeah, it's a bad joke.
I welcome you all to Cloudcuckooland!
And before you get ahead of yourself, no, all of these companies are not making a direct nod to the Lego movie, nor are any of these characters found in that scene. The fact that the Lego movie named their place where everything is crazy and positive and awesome,
Everything is awesome!
Cloudcuckooland is kind of like how Avatar named their unobtainable element unobtainium. Both are tropes used to describe common story elements in fiction. So Lego Movie using the name of the trope as the name of the place is a little on the nose, but whatever. That movie is still awesome.
Everything is awesome!
Getting back on track, Gerald is just a small example of a character that would come from Cloudcuckooland and would be known as a Cloudcuckoolander. And he is in pretty good company. Other characters that have been known to come from Cloudcuckooland include Hari the babysitter, Unikitty, Kronk, the pet collector, Dory herself, and the queen of all Cloudcuckoolanders, Luna Lovegood. Cloudcuckoolanders exist in a story to offer a weird and different perspective than the accepted worldview of the other characters. Like, for example, if you had a character that was highly concerned about how their hair looked when their parachute wasn't opening. Their motives may or may not be connected to the actual plot, like Gerald's desire to sit on a rock. And while they may come across as crazy, they are not. Everything a Cloudcuckooolander does makes sense from their point of view. As a result, they make for great comic relief because they behave in such unexpected ways from everyone else. For example, Luna wears a rather unusual necklace.
It's a charm, actually. Keeps away the narwhals.
The key difference here is that Luna is not wearing the pendant to be funny, she's wearing it to ward off narwhals. It's the fact that we know that narwhals aren't real that makes it funny. They also serve as great tools to not only throw off the other characters, but you as the viewer or reader.
You're not going mad. I can see them too.
And often they are in fact very smart, they're just very poor communicators. 90% of the time they come across as crazy, but the other 10% of the time they're the smartest person in the room. So for example, when everyone is getting together to create a plan, it could be the Cloudcuckooolander that has the best idea or even has the best solution to a problem. But because that plan comes specifically from these characters, it can be discounted by the other characters or even you as the reader or viewer. So, what is the point of Gerald? Yeah, mostly comic relief. Or is it? Maybe we shouldn't be asking what is the point of Gerald, but what is the point of Finding Dory? Reuniting Dory with her parents? No, it's to get Gerald on that rock, at least from his point of view. For my question of the day, are you familiar with this type of character, and who are your favorite Cloudcuckoolanders? Be sure to let us know in the towel section down below. And if you would like to learn more about this archetype, we'll be sure to leave some articles in the description down below. Guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you'd like to check out more Dory content from us, you can click right here to find out whether or not Dory should be a Disney princess, or right here to get Dory's memory loss explained. Jay, that is everything that I've got for you today though, man. I will see you on Tuesday.